I'm always looking for ways to show my cat how much I love her. And with Fancy Feast gems, I can pamper her whenever I want with a savory gravy on top of a gourmet mousse pâté. The pyramid shape makes serving simple, so all I have to do is peel and plate to make mealtime feel extra fancy. And with 2 entrees in every pack, it's easy to turn every day into the extraordinary. Fancy Feast gems.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know, the type up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac extra value meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
This podcast is supported by FX's English teacher. Last year's critically acclaimed series returns to follow Evan, Gwen, and Marky as they vie for their students' divided attention. See why Cosmopolitan called its premiere season a masterclass of comedy, while Glamour raved it's the year's funniest and most heartwarming new comedy series. FX's English Teacher, all new Thursdays on FX. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samara Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samara Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samara. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samara Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
It's Pack Your Knives. I'm Kevin Arnovitz.
And I'm Tom Haberstroh.
Tom, I know you've been waiting for Hot Brown to make its appearance on Top Chef 16 Kentucky, the definitive Kentucky food, a recipe created where you got married. You were very close to the Hot Brown. What was your Hot Brown take?
The Hot Brown take is if you're hungover or if it's late night, it is a delicious, perfect, sloppy... it's a delicious late night drunk food, and you know what? It was a perfect quickfire for this episode because I don't think you would want a dinner as like a spin-off on a Hot Brown, but I think as a bite or a quickfire challenge, it was perfect.
Yeah, you're right. This is very much what the quickfire is about. Hey, there's a singular dish. We want an interpretation. It doesn't need to be a major ordeal. Just to go over for our audience what a Hot Brown is, though presumably they know if they watch the episode. What we're talking about is an open-faced turkey sandwich with some bacon and Mornay sauce, which is really, Tom, just the rich man's stadium cheese. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, totally. There's some tomato in there. It's a really amazing dish if you're hungover or if it's late night. So Lena Waithe was there and she was like, you know what? When I'm in a new city, it's 3 a.m. Like, this is the kind of dish I want. So go do this dish. And they didn't even mention Master Nun. She's also Master Nun. And it wasn't even part of her intro. But hey,
yeah, I was surprised about that too. I'm a fan. Like, winning personality, Lena Waithe, good judge. And also, I thought this was a really interesting moment kind of midway through the series to really take stock of where the chefs are, who's overthinking things, kind of thematically where each chef has sort of cleared their throat the first few weeks. They kind of know what they want to do. Adrian's a really interesting contestant to me right now because I thought early on she had the potential to go out just because, not because of her cooking, but, you know, some judgment calls, trying to do a rolled pasta. You know, so much of the show is can you see the potential pitfalls of a challenge, be it elimination or quickfire? But she came up really strong. It was a really interesting moment, I think, just sort of taking stock of the field. Which of those we know that Justin won the quickfire. Which of those was most appealing to you?
I love what Justin's doing right now. I think he's inspired. I think he's just got a full repertoire where I think like Adrian just knows how to do light cooking, like very natural ingredients, something you would find like she's the perfect for like a Whole Foods inspired dish. Like that is Adrian's cuisine. Whereas I think I think as soon as the Restaurant Wars episode happened, I think Adrian's just really hit her stride. And I thought maybe Justin after the Restaurant Wars would actually fall back, but he's coming on strong. So, you know, like Eric, these three, Eric, Justin, and Adrian, all were just kind of like laying low in the weeds for the first like 5 or 6 episodes of this season. And now they're coming on big time.
Yeah, Justin sort of, I think, did the ideal version of what a quick fire, like what an interpretation elimination challenge or interpretation challenge would be, right? So you need the turkey. Okay, well, I'm going to do a fried turkey breast. You need Mornay. Well, what if I did a maple Mornay? We need bacon. I'll do a bacon jam. And then, oh, by the way, in deference to the late, great Adrian Bourdain, everything tastes better with an egg yolk. He gets it. Eddie, interesting, goes light. And the speck turkey salad. And again, this is always the pitfall of the show. We can't taste it ourselves, but I think it says a lot because basically Lena was basically saying that she likes to chow down on some greasy ass food and to come up. I mean, she made no bones about it. And Eddie goes really light, which I didn't expect it. I mean, that was kind of a dish I would expect it from Adrian. And also, you know, someone else went light. Who was it who did the kind of the salad? Oh, was it the croque monsieur?
It was I thought it was Kelsey.
Right.
Yeah.
She did the I'm sorry, croque madame with the champagne vinaigrette, which wasn't sufficiently decadent. Brandon kind of came through with the veggie version, eggplant, cauliflower, very Atherton, California, paprika turkey. But and then, you know, Sarah's Scotch eggs. By the way, Sarah's got a sausage problem. I think Sarah's trying to grind meat too frequently. I'm like, can I ask you a question? Have we ever seen anyone on this show ever win anything doing sausage?
Can't remember.
It's very possible. I just don't remember.
And you know what? Like, I feel for Sarah because she's buckled under the Kentucky pressure at this point with the hot brown, and she was not bragging like, oh, I bet I can do a better hot brown interpretation than, what was it, David, or was it
Justin? Justin, who does have it apparently on his menu.
Right, that was it.
Obviously, we didn't have that knowledge last week when we spoke to Justin. But you know, Sarah, let's not grind meat. By the way, can I rant about turkey for a second?
Yeah, go ahead. I feel like I can get behind this one without even saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. So Brian did the hot turkey. It was a little dry. I believe he ended up white meat turkey is terrible. And I just this is what we come up with every Thanksgiving. We have to idealize the turkey. The only reason we eat turkey in North America is because a bunch of people with funny hats landed on Plymouth Rock. They looked around, and the only thing that was available to them was this weird, strange bird gobbling around the landscape. Like, Tom, when you go to Europe, do you ever see turkey on a menu?
No.
Do you ever see turkey in France and Italy in the great culinary? Do you ever see when you go to Vietnam and to the great Asian capitals of food, Japan? You never see turkey. You know why? Because the rest of the world knows, Tom, that turkey's a bullshit meat. It's a bullshit protein. Yeah. It's a trash meat, and white meat turkey might as well just be eating styrofoam. So anybody who would serve me white meat turkey, I got to tell you, man.
I know you frequent Disney
I'm out
World.
on turkey.
I know you go every week. So the giant turkey leg, you're okay with the giant turkey leg, the caveman turkey leg, because it's dark meat.
I spend a little bit of the summer in Colorado, and like one of the farmers markets I go to in the mountains has sort of, you know, the prepared foods along with the produce, and the prepared food's always the big turkey leg. Even for it's like, it's okay, it's decent, but it's still turkey, right? It's guilt-free because it's pure protein, it's been smoked, but at the end of the day, it's still turkey. Now, at least that's dark meat, the leg. But yes. I'm talking about white meat turkey is just that is some low-quality protein that really should be abolished from any menu.
Do you think the greatest marketer in the United States is the turkey marketer?
Well, yeah, because you know what happened in like the 90s when we all wanted to eat healthier, and turkey was sort of presented as you go to En Bon Pain or Panera and you get yourself, you know, the healthy lunch of the 90s before we realized that carbohydrates were terrible for you and got you fat was sort of the turkey sandwich on whole wheat. Put a little slice of avocado on that guy, mustard but not mayonnaise, lettuce and tomato, and then and that's how you got out of lunch, with a W, right, where you didn't feel guilty. So in turkey was sort of the meat that didn't make you feel guilty. You know why it doesn't make you feel guilty? Because it's terrible. Because it offers no taste or sustenance.
And you need just a gallon of Mornay sauce to make it palatable. That's what you're getting at. You need bacon, Mornay sauce, and tomatoes, and fried to make it good.
Exactly. So that was quick fire. Justin comes up on top. You like the way he's cooking right now. We think he had the best fourth place dish ever last week.
Oh yeah, he's on fire right now, and you know what? He's not the biggest point getter so far. That would be your boy Eddie, but I'm feeling pretty good about him. I'm feeling really good about him, Justin, and him, Adrian, and Kelsey. Brian, we'll talk about it, but yeah, that was the quick fire.
So the two celebrities on this episode were Dario Cecchini, who is apparently the world's greatest butcher from Italy. Doesn't speak a lick of English, apparently, but was so damn charming that it was great. And Tom, one of my true heroes of Los Angeles cooking, Nancy Silverton. You know what we need to do, Tom? When you come to Los Angeles, she has what's called kind of the Mozzaplex. Jonathan Gold, I think, named it the Mozzaplex, the late, great Jonathan Gold. She has Pizzeria Mozza next to Osteria Mozza, next is Chispacca, where I once, with our friend Andrew Hahn, had a delicious tomahawk pork chop, I believe. And it's kind of all, as she said, it celebrates meat. We need to have a progressive dinner on those, because they're three next door to each other. And Nancy Silverton, maybe her greatest fame aside from Mozzaplex, was the La Brea Bakery, which really set the standard for Los Angeles in the 90s. Was very happy to see Nancy Silverton on this episode as a guest judge. But the takeaway, Tom, I think the headline of the Elimination Challenge, each contestant got a big ass cut of beef. And the takeaway, Tom, is they all kind of fudged it. It was one of the most disappointing Elimination Challenges. Tom, Padma, Mr. Cecchini, Nancy Silverton, nobody could really hide their disappointment. And they just laid one egg after another. Even the great dishes were no one really nailed it. And
Brian, what are you doing, man? You're the butcher.
And you got the ribeye, which is, as you know,
my God. You got the big bone ribeye. You're the butcher of the group. And you give this little pretty, it looked like a filet mignon just right there. Come on, man. This is your forte. Go all in, prove that you know what you're doing. And you need some fat on there. I was disappointed. But Dario Cecchini, I was like, where is that name from? I think I know him. If anyone has ever read the book Heat by Bill Buford, he goes over to Italy. The New York Times writer goes to Italy and just decides, I'm going to learn how to be a chef or a cook, or I'm just going to, I love eating, so I'm just going to go to Tuscany and learn how to cook. Mario Batali takes him under his wing. Dario Cecchini takes him under his wing. And I didn't realize, Kevin, how much of a psycho this guy is. But rereading the book, I opened the book back up here to remember the kind of little anecdotes that this guy is, but he just looks like a nightmarish character. Carne, and he's got the big blade, and the flies are flying around the carcass there. So Dario apparently is notorious in Tuscany, where he's just known as the best butcher in the world. But there's one story where a lady on a busy Saturday, Kevin, walked into his butcher shop and got her first big beef order. And she asks Dario, she says, is it good? Is the meat good? And he goes, is it good? And this is all in Italian. He goes, is it good? Well, why don't we find out? He takes her big hunk of meat and just takes a giant bite out of the meat.
I love raw meat. I love that.
Wraps it back up, chews on it for a good minute, wraps up the meat, puts the sticker on it, hands it to her, and says, yeah, it's really good. And she just runs away. And this is the kind of guy we're dealing with here. Dario Cecchini, Mr. Carne, is he's going to take a bite out of your meat when you go to the butcher and hand it back to you. And apparently, This is now akin to getting an autograph. If you go to his butcher shop, Kevin, you go, like, a bunch of people heard this story and they're like, I want Dario to take a bite out of my meat. And so anytime that you go in, you can ask him to take a bite out of your ribeye or your chuck or whatever it is and bring it home. It's almost like an autograph.
Does he weigh it before or after the bite?
That's a good question.
Can we just celebrate for 45 seconds Bill Buford in general? Among the Thugs is Tom, as a sports writer, you must read Among the Thugs. One of his, his other kind of iconic book. And the other thing about Bill Buford is he was the editor of Granta, which is sort of a literary journal, came out as a paperback quarterly. And it was honestly, like, I think in terms of turning me on to writing just as a craft, like when I was like late high school, early college, I just like, I had a subscription. Like Granta was brilliant. He was the editor for, I think, forever. Bill Buford, what a freaking genius. I think the challenge, Tom, there's a larger theme that has even beyond, it's a big Top Chef theme. And really, I think a big cooking theme, which is there's this tension in cooking. Like, we really love elevated food, right? That element of surprise when you and I go to like a funky restaurant, the novelty that comes with seeing something you've never seen before, or like flavors that have never been used in combination before, funky textures. Like, we love that. It's one of the reasons we'll go spend money on going to a restaurant to do stuff that we can't do. But there's also this competing satisfaction with the familiarity, right? The perfect execution of something we know and we love. There's a reason they call it comfort food. So the trick is knowing when an ingredient or a situation, whether you're on the show or at a restaurant, calls for the first or the second, whether it calls to be elevated or calls to be just comfort. And then there's the ingenuity of the chef. And I think you and I had a meal like this in the last couple of years, like when we went to Bruce Kalman's Union, where he no longer is. There was that beautiful thing that he could do, which is take kind of comfort Italian and sort of elevate it so that you get a little bit of both. But I think, when I heard Colicchio at the judges' table, what he was basically bitching about is, guys, this was not an elevation of food challenge. This was a comfort, take the meat, take the ingredient. And I forget which guest judge said, look, I hope somebody just brings out something we can pick up off the bone and frankly do a Cecchini thing, right? Like tear your teeth into it. And like all the chefs kind of seem like they're a little bit erring on the side of elevation, even those who don't really have the technique to do it. But I think it exposed one of the great tensions of food right now, which is, do you want to be a Voltaggio or, do you want to be like just perfect the comfort item at the right time, in the right context, with the right flavor. Right,
and that's the thing that I'm really torn about with Brian on this one, is not only did he like cut off all the fat off of his ribeye, and it was just like a bare, no pun intended, a bare bones ribeye. But the thing is, he didn't cook it properly. So you struck out on the concept, and then the execution was off too. I am stunned that he didn't go home. I am stunned because there's almost he's coming in with a handicap, because they know, the whole judges tables know that this is his bag. He is the butcher of this group, and he comes in and it's like a basketball player coming in, and it's like, okay, you're going to come in, shoot the 3-pointer, and we're going to be done with this game. And he just like throws it over the backboard.
Well, right. And again, I'm biased because ribeye is my cut. That's my house cut. You come to my house right now, they're 10 pounds of ribeyes that I get from the mail order place sitting in my freezer. Like ribeye, beautifully marbled, on the bone, off the bone, it doesn't matter. You can do anything with the ribeye. Little dry heat, finish it in the pan. Start in the pan, finish it in the oven. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, ribeye it's frankly pretty hard to fuck up. Even my amateur ass skills, I could cook ribeyes for 6 people. So the elimination starts with 2 tartars. One fatal, obviously, and that's Brandon, who's tartare with miso egg sauce. He needed to thicken the sauce. That's always one of the, oh man, I feel his pain, because like, because when you're doing a sauce and it just doesn't have that thickness, and maybe a little olive oil, but like maybe some agar, I think it is. I have in my spice rack. I have some xanthan gum. I started using it because I wanted to do like a beet gel and start screwing around with plating one day, so I bought the xanthan gum, and it's a really weird ingredient, and I'm not really advanced enough to know how to use it. But he went on tilt, right? And it's that thing where the sauce wasn't thick enough. You got to do something like, and he just kind of got himself into a hole. And David, who'd been cooking great food, kind of went tartare, but they weren't very impressed. Tom pretty much said it in the kitchen, right? I think we all love a tartare, but it's kind of a missed opportunity when you're dealing with, good cuts of meat.
I'm going to push back on that from Tom, because I kind of feel like I love raw meat. I love tartare. And the whole Top Chef this season has been all about crudo. Has been about taking the flavor, the natural flavor, and maximizing it. And I feel like they could have done well with the tartare. I don't disagree with the idea of doing tartare. But when his, what was it, like grapeseed oil that he needed to, that fell in?
It's a very neutral oil.
So when that happened, I was like, oh, he's done. When the top of the oil, whatever, pour, I don't even know what word I'm looking for there, but it fell in, the top fell off, and then he just like a gallon of that stuff just fell in. I felt for him, because then you gotta completely change the dish. And he throws in the xanthan gum. He tries to get scientific, and I just thought to myself, wait a minute, there's xanthan gum in the kitchen? Like, did that not occur to you, Kevin, at all? Where it's like,
well, no, it's an ingredient. Like if you want to make like those cool gels that you see like at a kind of one of those gastro places, the molecular gastronomy places, like it is something that'll help you do those kind of funky gels that are on the plate, with the schmear.
Right.
So it's not an unusual item. For something like that. By the way, my favorite tartare in the world is Korean. The yakko. I don't know if you ever go to a. It's got it's Asian pear, kind of julienne Asian pear, a hunk of raw meat, and then an egg yolk. And it is like I have made it here. And actually, the beef is actually almost not frozen, but just off the freeze, like just thawed to the point. And that is my favorite. I was hoping somebody would do that if they were going to do a tartare. Just because I just think the Koreans have nailed tartare. Like it cannot be improved upon. It is an amazing dish. But David got kind of middle of the road for his. The three top contestants.
Wow.
Your man Justin with his flank steak. By the way, I never thought about it because I eat my meat so rare. Like I'm kind of Cecchini. Like I'll just bite in. Like when I gotta confess something to you, Tom. Like when I'm marinating like a ribeye, I'll kind of take a little bite. I'll take a little
Dude, Dario.
That little piece hanging off the the edge, like that little corner. I'll take that. But I never thought about, because I make flank steak a lot because it's good for a group. You get these nice 2-pound flank steaks I get up at Harmony Farms in La Crescenta, and perfect for 4 people, right? 8 ounces each. I never think about that I probably maybe need to leave it on a little longer, that maybe flank steak is better at medium rare medium. And Justin served it medium, which I think you and I would like. If we win a steak medium, like we'd kick the guy out of the...
Yep.
Yeah, but he did the creamy polenta, the greens. I mean, a pretty basic plate, but just
Nailed
by
it.
virtue of the fact that he nailed the protein, right? Like we've always said this on the show, Tom, nail the protein and you're not going home. And you're probably finishing above 500.
Yeah, and you know what, Kevin? You've got the front runner. Eddie is crushing the competition right now. The confidence, the quiet confidence, the nervous confidence.
I think it's a nervous confidence. I think it is. I don't know that it's confidence either. I think it's still appropriate fear that's driving him.
He's smiling ear to ear now. It is all coming together for Eddie, and man, he did another amazing dish, creative. What was it? A glumski?
Yeah. So my family comes from a shtetl in Poland. Much of my family, and so I kind of grew up on the rolled cabbage with the meat inside. It was always served with like a sweet and sour tomato sauce, kind of very Hamisha kind of thing.
I'm starting to think, Kevin, that you actually have seen all this with Eddie, and that's why he was your top pick, because he's doing every dish out of your playbook right now.
Very, by the way, gutsy in a romaine leaf rather than cabbage where you bake it. Like, I was really surprised it won. Didn't it have the look of a dish to you that would be competent, appreciated, but not really knock their socks off on a night where they, somebody was going to give them a really beautifully cooked piece of rich meat? Like, I was really surprised he won. It must have been that good.
Yeah. What I liked about it was it really took some thought. Like it wasn't like, you know what, I'm going to just put some meat on a plate and braise it and be good with it. It was, I'm going to really show some technique here. And maybe there was a case of, you know, it was a down year in the NBA and the Nets went to the finals and the Spurs came out on top and he just won. He happened to win that year. But man, I think that dish could have won any elimination challenge.
Yeah, I have no idea. It must have been that good. By the way, the dish I would have ordered off the menu was Adrian. I mean, a black and blue strip with collards with a green garlic dressing, kind of.
Kevin,
I got to tell you, man, I think you and I both have a kind of an affinity for that black and blue. I mean, that would have been what I ordered off the menu. And so kudos. I think, you know, Adrian's really, I mean, has there been a chef in the competition, maybe other than Justin, who in the last 3 to 4 weeks has really just stepped forward, ripped off a series of successes, and really, I think, has planted herself pretty high up the food chain.
She's number 2. She's number 2 in the points for our competition. She's at 20, and your boy Eddie at 28.
Before we bring on our guests, let's quickly run through the losers. Sarah's got to get out of the sausage business. She's got to get out of the sausage business. By the way, sympathy to her. Like, the plate cut is just garbage. And I was sort of researching this. I never heard of the plate cut. It's all that like crap below the rib. It is just a low rent piece of meat. And so you got to feel for her. I understand the instinct, because at first I was frustrated with her, and then I went and did the research. And I was like, oh man, like plate cuts is just, that's like drawn. That's an expansion draft item.
Did Padma have to really cut her knees there? Just cut her down like that?
Remind me what she said.
Well, she just said, "I'm really disappointed." It's something.
Oh
to
God!
that
Oh
effect.
yeah, the whole Kentucky thing. Like, you're the local. Like, that was rough, man. Padma just.
Wow.
I mean, you might just putting the dunce capper on her. I mean, geez, that was really
heavy.
rough.
A heavy blow. You know, like we're supposed to think that they're being objective here and grading people based on the food, but then when Padma comes in with that comment, it's like, wait a minute, is she operating on a handicap here? Like, Is she have to do twice as good to just impress the judges just because of where she's from?
That was rough. Okay, so finally, one last comment about the competition. Braising is a funny thing, and I don't think it's a coincidence that the 3 braised dishes, finished in the middle, weren't really complimented all that great. Like, I can't, again, going back to sausage, I don't know that I remember a braise that has won a competition. Insofar as braising just takes time, and one of the defining qualities of Top Chef, Tom, is your time is limited. And how many times have we seen someone try to braise something, and as the clock started, 10 minutes, everybody. Oh, yeah, my braise, the meat's not as tender as I'd like it to be. Like, I think stop braising meat on Top Chef. Stop braising unless you have like 2 frigging days, because braising just requires time, and that's all it requires. You sear it, you friggin' braise it, and unless you have the requisite time, it'll be fine. Eric's dish was fine. Michelle's braise, fine. Kelsey's braise, fine. It's fine.
You know what's not fine, Kevin?
What's not fine?
When David said Chipotle.
Listener, listen up. This is important, okay? I'm going to try to save you some money here. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. You may think like, oh, that's bad. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You heard that correctly. $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and the jaw-dropping monthly bills. And of course, there are all these hidden fees and stuff, but at Mint Mobile, plans start at $15 per month. All the plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. You're not doing like weekend and nighttime minutes or anything like that. And it's delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone. Don't have to get a new phone. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I switched months ago. People have asked, did you actually switch? Yes, I actually switched months ago, and I don't know what to do with all this extra money. I've cheated the system here. I've rigged something. This is an Ocean's 11 situation where I'm stealing wireless from Mint. That's how good a deal it is. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/dings. That's DINGS. That's mintmobile.com/dings. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello, listener. It's Producer Maze here to talk to you about Quince and their cookware. Cooler nights mean cozy meals at home, and Quince's cookware has made fall cooking so much more enjoyable. Their pieces deliver the quality and performance of luxury brands, but at a price that makes sense. And they look gorgeous on the stovetop, too. No matter what item you need to complete your kitchen, Quince has you covered. With 5-ply stainless steel pots and pans, nonstick skillets, chef-quality knives, and even ceramic bakeware, which is perfect for cozy casseroles or Sunday roasts. And when you look at these prices, you might think, how is Quince doing this? How do they deliver high-quality items similar to high-end brands that are half the price? Well, let me tell you, they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middlemen and pass the savings on to you. And it's not just cookware. I got myself some bath sheets. That's right. When you're a tall man, you have to use bath sheets, not bath towels from Quince. It's like drying off with the cloud. It's incredible. Upgrade your kitchen for cozy fall meals with premium cookware from Quince. Go to quince.com/dings for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dings, DINGS, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dings. Hello, listener. It's Producer Maze here to talk to you about Kindred. Now, close your eyes like Owen Wilson during a job interview and imagine a way to travel that feels personal, comfortable, and connected without the price tags and the sterile feelings of hotels or short-term rentals. Now open your eyes and stop using your imagination because Kindred has made it very real. That's exactly what they do. Kindred is a members-only home swapping network. It's not a hotel. It's not a short-term rental. It's a smarter way to travel where each stay feels like home. Here's how it works. With Kindred, your home is your ticket. You earn credits by hosting fellow Kindred members, and then you use those credits to stay in over 220,000 homes in more than 100 cities worldwide. There are no hotel costs or rental fees, just the credits that you've earned. Every stay comes with white glove service, 24/7 trip support, and $100,000 in host protection. Make it easier for you to travel and enjoy yourself and not worry about details. I've used Kindred and I found an amazing home for a weekend getaway in an idyllic location with amazing views and great ambiance. It had everything I needed. And the best part was, it cost me $0. So apply now at livekindred.com and use code DINGS to join for free. Plus, you'll earn 5 nights of travel credit just for signing up. That's right, that's 5 whole nights for free at livekindred, KINDRED.com, code DINGS, DINGS, livekindred.com, code DINGS.
This episode is brought to you by 20th Century Studios' new film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, starring Golden Globe winner Jeremy Allen White and Academy Award nominee Jeremy Strong. Scott Cooper, the director of the Academy Award-winning movie Crazy Heart, brings you the story of the most pivotal chapter in the life of an icon. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Only in theaters October 24th. Get your tickets now.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
It's not Chipotle, okay? It's Chipotle. All right. He said that he used chipotle in his dish, his steak tartare. Whenever I go to a restaurant, Kevin, and they misspell chipotle with a chipotle,
You're out of there, man. You're just picking
I'm out.
up. You're out. You
I'm
leave.
out. I'm
Fold
out.
that napkin on the table. You're out.
And,
you're
and David
at Jack in the Box around the corner, man. Yes,
I'm gone. I'm hitting the Chick-fil-A. You know what? I'm gonna go hit the Bojangles. Here's the thing. Sometimes on a menu, it's a typo. They just hit the T key before the L key, and it's not, or the after that. But David actually pronounced it as Chipotle. So you know what, David? I'm gonna give you a free pass on that one. It's Top Chef. You're under the gun. It's under pressure.
It's Top Chef, not Chipotle.
Yes, exactly. So, speaking of mistakes, I don't know if we want to call it a mistake, but Brother Luck is going to be our special guest this week because we have lots to talk about with him. Not just his decision last week. If you didn't catch it on Last Chance Kitchen, he decided, you know what, I'm good. I'm good with this. I'm gone. But also what it's like to come back into the competition, also to come back to Last Chance Kitchen. So let's try to ring up our guy, Brother Luck.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Pack Your Knives podcast again. Brother Luck, our old friend from season 15. Kevin did not see you in the hotel lobby area when we went to Restaurant Wars, but that would have been funny if he did, because you were on the show last year. You competed in Last Chance Kitchen last year. You came back, and you came back in this episode, this season. What was it like to get back into Top Chef? What was the thought process? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? And did you know that you were going to be just back at Last Chance Kitchen?
Man, I think I'm just a sucker for pain. They reached out to me. They said, hey, we would love for you to consider coming back to do the season. We're looking at doing some veterans on Last Chance Kitchen. And, you had such a cool presence. We think it would be fun to give you another shot. So after much decision and thinking, I went for it. And, I felt unfinished. I mean, Last Chance Kitchen was kind of my home. I think I did more on Last Chance Kitchen than I did on Top Chef.
Yeah, you're it's interesting, brother. You're a specialist. I think you lead. I think you're the all-time win-loss, winning percentage, total win leader in Last Chance Kitchen. I guess my question to you is, what is the defining feature of that particular challenge that you think sort of just like matches your sensibility or your skills or your strengths?
Yeah, I think I'm a fighter, and I'd much rather scrap one-on-one than deal with, group challenges and parameters, and like just let me do what I do. And that competition style of Last Chance Kitchen started to really suit me.
Yeah, you're not one to follow. You're not one to follow directions. It's
no, not at all. I think that's why I work for myself. I think that was really where it was. Is I was able to strategize a little bit easier in Last Chance Kitchen. There's certain things, if you actually go back and watch, where Tom will sit there and give you kind of the challenge, and I don't pay attention. I'm not listening. Well, Tom, I never listen when Tom tells me what to do, but I'm actually looking at the dry pantry most of the time. I'm looking at the produce. I'm designing most of my dishes before time even starts. So, I've always done well in that setting because of that.
So what is the difference in the housing setup? So if you're on the show, if you're in the competition, you're at the big house, and then if you're in Last Chance Kitchen, you're at a hotel, a separate hotel?
You're sequestered. You're stuck in a hotel with no phone. You got your TV with your 12 channels, and that's about it. So
were you at the A-Loft in Louisville, brother?
I was. Yeah.
You and I, we were cohabitating. We just didn't know it.
Oh man, I was in that gym trying to get as much as I could.
So you get like 5 episodes in on Last Chance Kitchen. You're just mowing them down. Actually, let me back up here. Did you know Carrie was going to be on before you got there?
No, I had no idea who was going to be there, but yeah, I think it doesn't really matter. Like, Last Chance Kitchen is Last Chance Kitchen. Like, you got to deliver, and you got to make sure that you're not the worst. And when they set it up to be kind of the group challenge where it's like 2 or 3 competitors, I mean, it doesn't matter if as long as you don't lose that round. I think that's kind of my strategy going into it is you don't need to be on top because, you can be on top this week and the next week you're gone. So it's a long-term tight battle.
You might have tunnel vision. You might have your earmuffs on. You're just totally in the zone. But who is the worst in the peanut gallery? Like, who's the loudest? Who's silent? Of the spectators, who's shouting at you guys the most?
Last season or this season?
Either one.
I think this season was tough. Caitlin, man, she's got a mouth on her. I think that's something you didn't expect. I mean, she caught me off guard a few times, and then you got, you can hear them while you're cooking, and you can hear, Jim, who is like the ultimate fan, and he's analyzing every single move you make. It's like playing ball and listening to the commentators every time you run past center court. It's like you try not to listen to them.
Because you're going to get inside your own head or overthink things, and
well, you're in such a short time frame. Like, you've got to make a decision, because if you lose any momentum or you start to question yourself and you second guess yourself, there's no recovery. I mean, Top Chef is all about recovery. Last Chance Kitchen takes away that option because it's very short amount of time. So I think that's why I always did well in quick fires and I always did well in Last Chance Kitchens, because I don't need time. The more time you give me, the more I got time to think about it. And I'm too left-handed to think about everything. So I overthink everything.
This sort of affirms one of our theories, which is the greater the limitation, sort of the easier the challenge for most contestants. I don't know that that's true of everybody. But like when they throw you guys in the woods where like, here, cook over this single match and go kill your own, like go find your protein in the wild, and like you have to climb a tree to do the accompaniments. Like, I think all of a sudden it actually becomes easier.
No, for sure. And even like going back to that snow episode last season, the challenge wasn't cooking outside over a campfire. Like, everybody was fine with that. It was, we were out there for 36 hours and trying to keep your food from freezing and then thawing it back out and trying to, you're executing a dish for 4 people on a platter. I mean, how much time do you really need to pull that off? So, you're stuck with a lot of dead time. And that's where, like, you'll see that slide that I built last year was me and Tu just jacking around. Like, we built a whole sled, set up and had producers and camera people all going down at all the contestants. And, poor Bruce is over there like, you guys are idiots. You guys are going home. And then Tu went home and I was in the bottom. So guess he was right.
So in this Last Chance Kitchen, there was a curveball where you're going against Nene. I believe I have this right. And they come back and the contestants are coming back and they're going to be basically your line cooks, your sous chefs. And you have to meet all these people cold and then give them assignments. Did you feel like there was a little bit of sabotage or treason, or there was talk about that on the show, but did you get any sense that maybe they weren't totally behind you? What was that whole experience like?
I mean, I knew I was walking into a hostile situation.
Hostile.
I'm not part of that cast. That was 100%. Like, I'm season 15 and our clique was our clique. And I knew I wasn't going to be welcomed if I made it on. But, when I heard the challenge, it was actually a bonus for me because I had already mentally prepared to do all that in my head by myself. So the fact that I now got 5 hands, that took such a weight off of my shoulders. I wasn't worried about who the people were, the personalities. I mean, you made it on Top Chef. You're at this point in your career, you're accomplished, you're skilled. You can play. So I just need you to listen. I'm in charge. Let's go. This is what we got to get done, and let's get it done. And my job as a leader and as a supervisor and as a chef was to just pay attention and make sure that I was the final taster. I was the one that was signing off on everything before it went out. But I mean, skill set wise, these guys were all talented.
I have to ask you about your parents because I'm sort of fascinated with your backstory. So they were traveling exotic dancers?
Yeah. So my father was an exotic dancer.
Well, by the way, what is a male exotic dancer? Like, we're not talking about strippers, were they? Like I don't.
Yeah, a stripper.
Yeah, Kevin.
I'm about to put a thong on and a turban, and Great Mandingo's going to appear. You know what I mean?
No shit. So wait. I mean, are we talking about like ping pong balls coming out of orifices in Bangkok kind of stuff?
Hey, I was not there for any of that. So I have to try to visualize what happened. that was the niche. My mother was friends with my father's roommate, so that's how they all met. And he was a dancer, she was a dancer, and I came up in that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with San Francisco, but like I came up in that Mitchell Brother theater, the cinema. That Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez movie they made where the brother shot the other one.
Holy cow. So, because here's the thing, you must needed years of therapy because isn't the great cliche that nobody wants to think about their parents in any kind of sexual context. And not only do you have to, it's embedded in your entire existence. I'm amazed you're as well adjusted as you are.
No, that's a lot of therapy. And I think Top Chef's the ultimate therapy. I mean, when you got somebody sitting there watching you and recording you for, hours on hours and then listening and making notes. And then they sit you in a room for 3 hours and be like, well, why'd you make this decision? You're like, I don't know. They're like, well, you said this and this and this. And you're like, well, shit, I guess you're right. I probably did. That makes more sense.
Your voyeurism is basically part of your whole DNA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I grew up in Frisco in the 80s. That was the real San Francisco.
So you're in this competition, you come in as the outsider into the house, and I don't know if this is just editing, but it seemed like you truly were the outsider and you felt out of place there.
Let's just call it what it is, Tom. They were dicks.
Yes,
they were dicks. And I like this group of people by and large, but they were total fucking dicks.
And just when you thought it was just that episode, they begin this recent episode.
This is our house. Come on.
We will protect this house.
No,
Eric,
man.
Come on, man.
That's pride. That's pride. And I personally didn't experience anybody being disrespectful to me as a grown man. And, they were very welcoming. What's said behind closed doors when the producer hypes you up, that's on you because they're gonna play that edit all day long. I just happen to have that experience and know not to say those things. And they had a field day with it. But I'll tell you, having a relationship with all those chefs afterwards, I've been very fortunate to just be a part of their careers, be able to give them guidance, be able to give them advice. What I've learned over the last year, I think more Top Chef veterans need to do that for the new cast members because you don't know. You're walking into this and you think you're going to be famous all of a sudden. The hustle just starts.
All right, okay. Kevin, congratulations. You're now going to be on Top Chef next season. I just brought you Brother Luck here to advise you, to prep you, to coach you for the next season. So, brother, what would you like to say to Kevin, who's going to be on Top Chef?
Follow everything Tom says, every rule.
That is,
I mean,
fatal flaw there, right?
I think that the thing that to remember when you walk into that is be yourself, be real. You want to walk into this opportunity and gain as much as you can out of it. But at the end of the day, this is a business. That's a TV show. It's about entertainment. They're selling advertisement, and they're looking for ratings. So you got to play that up. Cooking in my restaurant is completely different than cooking on TV. It takes me days and days and days to figure a dish out. I got 20 minutes. So you gotta consider that side of it as well.
All right. So I want to do a little quick fire for you. All right. And just number one, best meal you've had in the last year that was not self-prepared.
No, for sure. Butterpunk, Chris, Katsuji, myself, and my wife had one of the most amazing meals. Katsuji sat there and cried. Like, it was that good.
What was the star dish?
No, not possible. Not possible.
So star dish that night?
I mean the biscuits, but the Kool-Aid pickles, the mac and cheese was on point. It was cooked perfectly. The oxtails. Chris is one of my favorite chefs. I love that soul food is becoming recognized as high profile cuisine, and he is the definition of that storyline and that style.
Tom, if I end up with the Brooklyn Nets combo, I gotta get over there finally. I really do.
Well, he's no longer in Brooklyn. He's out in Connecticut. So
that's right, Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin, he's in Bridgeport, Connecticut now. He is, You've got Bruce Kalman and Tyler Anderson's pizza joint to choose from, Kevin, when you go up to Bristol. Now you got this chef Chris Scott's got the Birdman Juke joint in Bridgeport and Black Rock. So it's hot. Look, who knew that Connecticut would be such an epicenter of cuisine and culinary creativity? But here we go.
More than just pizza. So am I to assume that the answer to my next question, brother, is like you're president of the United States, you get to bring in your chef, right? Like that's the only reason I would ever want to be president, is like that you just get to, like, have your own chef and they make you food whenever you want. Am I to assume that Chris would be the White House chef?
Oh man, I'd weigh 400 pounds. Man, I think it'd be amazing to have Chris as the chef of the White House. We might have to rename it to the Black House because, we got 1.5.
I love looking at Chris's food. Tom, I think you and I were both big fans because we both have that kind of soul food weakness.
Yeah. I can't wait to get out to his Bridgeport spot. Since my folks live just like 15 minutes away, I gotta go hit that up. Do we know when it's gonna open, brother?
I haven't heard an exact date, but I know he's working hard on it.
Speaking of which, what are you working on these days, brother? And where can we find some Brother Luck food?
So I'm in Colorado Springs, which is about an hour south of Denver. Love it down here. I have 2 restaurants, one open right now that's been open called Four. Four is based on the Southwest, redefining Southwest and also being here in the Four Corners. So that's where you'll see a lot of that storyline. And then I'm opening up Lucky Dumpling. So, it's kind of, I obviously like Asian food. I travel Asia a lot. And I think I'm probably going to put some German egg rolls on the menu.
Yes. That's a nice callback. So I have to ask you, what was behind the decision to dip out of Last Chance Kitchen? It seemed like a very authentic, emotional moment there in the episode where you just said, "I'm done. I'm done with Last Chance Kitchen." Best of luck to all the rest of the chefs.
There's a number of things. First and foremost, who wants to win the show by constantly coming back? Like, you're not going to be a fan favorite. You're going to have like an asterisk by your name for winning that way. And I know I could have gone back and really held my own in another round of Last Chance Kitchen, but for what? If I can't win the show straight up, why win the show? And I've had my
Did you know that when you were going in? Did you know that going in, like, if I'm going back into the competition, I'm not going back to Last Chance Kitchen? Or was it in the moment you just realized I don't have it in me?
No, it wasn't even that I did have it in me. It was just, I was done. I was done trying to prove myself and seek validation. And, I thought all those chefs deserve a shot, and I don't want to stand in the way as another veteran, just lingering, trying to get in the club. Like, I'm already part of the guest list. But I think the other thing a lot of people don't realize is, I come from a very, broken background, and I had a really bad PTSD moment when I was out there, and it triggered real hard. It was something I didn't expect, and I just knew I needed to get out of that situation.
Wow.
Can you tell us a little about it, or at the risk of being invasive?
No, for sure. I think, when you come from a background where you're constantly neglected or pushed to the side, or, that love isn't there, and you go through a lot of trauma when it comes to violence and it comes to aggression, that's something I've worked hard to persevere past. I think being on Top Chef, I didn't expect to trigger those emotions, but like, you know, being told you're not good enough, like time to go, and then be put in a hotel room by yourself, and like, it hit so much of my anxiety, my depression. And I knew that was, you know, nobody was there for me. So, you know, that was probably one of the first times in my life where I didn't just suck it up and deal with it. You know, I made a choice to leave for my well-being, and I'm very proud of that moment. I don't regret it, not at all.
Good for you, man. I don't think we tried to talk about it, but I don't think we can possibly talk enough about the solitude and how you're in solitary confinement on this show sometimes.
Yeah. And that's a hard place to be, because, you know, you're removed from every bit of your support system. You have, you know, no phone, you have no internet communication, you have no radio, you have no books. You are forced to interact with these people.
They don't let you bring books?
What?
No, you can't even. No, like
a novel.
You know, write it. Yeah, right. That's why when you watch like someone like Kelsey this season, or someone like Adrian last season, their books are phenomenal, because that's all you have. That's your diary. That's your ledger. That's your outlet. I mean, you don't have anything else. So.
Oh, wow.
You know,
so you can have all you
have.
have is a journal, basically.
That's it. And it's blank when you get there, you know, because they check it. Make sure you don't bring no recipes in.
Yeah, you're basically like Tom Hanks with a friggin' volleyball looking at it. Like, that's basically what you are.
Well said. Oh, man. So you're in a hotel room for how long? How long were you at Last Chance Kitchen? How many days, weeks, months?
I was out there for a couple of weeks. Because it's more than what a lot of the viewers don't realize is Last Chance Kitchen is usually filmed in 1 to 2 days. So last season I took on Tanya, Claudette, Fati, and Joe in 1 day.
Oh my God!
All that shit is 1 day.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's right.
Blew my mind.
I just learned that.
You know,
are you allowed to drink during it?
Are you allowed to drink? I mean, water.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can, but you know, I mean, if you want to hold yourself back a little bit. But you know, even this season, I took on. Let's see, we had the first veteran round with Caitlin, and then we had who else?
Natalie. I think Natalie was right.
Natalie, and then Kevin, and then Kevin, and then the three of us went at it, and then.
Kevin, this guy is a machine. He's back to back to back to back.
That's unreal. I recently learned that Hollywood Squares back in the day, they taped all 5 episodes in 1 day. I guess it's like that. And they were drunk for the Thursday and Friday episodes. That was why I asked.
Oh, that's why you asked. Yes.
Well, I think that's the other piece too, where a lot of viewers don't realize is, you know, I literally filmed all 5 episodes in that 1 day. Was told, come back tomorrow. We're going to have the finale against you and Nene. Got back to the hotel, got some sleep, got up early, was back at set. Went in, did that final round with Nene. Ended up getting on the show, went straight into the show. They took me to the shop with the Whole Foods.
Yep.
Went back to the set, filmed a 2-hour prep. And then you got to go back to the house for night reality. So I literally walked into the house on night reality, you know, and you got to film that part of it, try to get some sleep. And then I was right into an elimination challenge. I mean, it was a tough 72 hours for me.
Wow. Hey, brother, really appreciate the time. You were a legend. You're one of the more interesting contestants this show's ever had.
You know, I'm a huge fan. I always will be. I'm honored to be a part of the family, and you know, it's built some great relationships, and you know, just getting to reach people, get a platform. So I think it's more about the platform and what you do with it than the notoriety. And I've met some very special people because of the opportunities Top Chef's giving me. So I'm totally stoked to be a part of it.
Kevin, what if we have a Denver final in the NBA?
Oh, we might have to get to. We could totally go down on that, like, and that off day. Oh, that's an easy one, man. We will, if the Nuggets are in the finals, you will be seeing us at 4 or if the new place is, we will be there.
Yeah, we'll have to throw like a fun night. I mean, I bring a lot of chefs here, so I've got Fasto and Carrie coming down. We're going to cook at her restaurant on the 1st, February 1st, and then we're going to cook at my restaurant on the 2nd. So,
she's in the Springs
two
too?
will be out here. She's in Denver.
All right,
so
so
it's an hour
okay.
away. But yeah, two. I'm working on getting 2 out here for probably a fun little throwdown. Love that guy to death. Still one of my best friends. And
that's Kevin's first overall pick last year, I believe. Right, Kevin?
2's a beast, man.
Yeah, I had high hopes, and I'm
the
sure
fish sauce pedigree.
empire. Yes,
his food is so amazing, and he's one of the most genuine, nicest people you will ever meet. And man, that's my brother. We both from Oakland, so that was we stayed in trouble on set. We didn't know how to behave when we were around each other. They had to keep us separate most of the time because we just click like that.
Oakland spot, your favorite Oakland spot in case we go back to Oakland this year.
Oh man, that's easy. I'm a rep Brown Sugar Kitchen. Like,
yeah.
Tanya's a beast, man. You gotta show love to the other family members. I think that's always important first and foremost. Is we're more powerful when we work together and support each other. So we keep that message strong through all the seasons.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it, especially opening up. I think you're going to help a lot of people, but with your message and just keep doing you, man.
Nah, for sure. I'm always going to be me. It's real. It's even if it's German egg rolls and what was it?
Yeah. What was the dish at the canapé?
Liver mousse peanut banh mi parfait.
The banh mi. Yeah, that was silly. I didn't realize. I thought he said I thought it was a pairing, so I tried to do the exact opposite of the drink, so it would be a balance. But it wasn't.
Changes
it was supposed to be an inspiration. Oh yeah, like the spicy made sense because the drink was so like sweet and refreshing and acidic. So it was supposed to go as a contrast, but it went as a contrast. It just
that changes everything. Well, Kevin, we have a lot to think about.
Yes.
Brother just dropped some knowledge on us on this episode. Kevin, why don't you take us out here, man?
Brother Luck, thank you for joining us. For Tom Haberstroh, this is Kevin Arnowitz, and this is Pack Your Knives.
Thanks, brother. Have a great one.
Nah, for sure.